pretty good days of rain last week. Today's Monday, so it's rained today. The storm line's been going across the whole south. It's coming through, and I've got hay ready to bale up pretty much everywhere. If the weather had been pretty the last couple weeks, we'd done been baling hay, but I hadn't had enough break and rain to bale any, so I can't get it. I don't have enough time to dry it out as cool as it still is. So today I'm going to be doing service work, but I ain't going to worry y'all with none of that. I've got to change the oil and some stuff, and I'm also going to be I'm going to ride around right now, and this is a good day to do this. I've got to get me a game plan together on our fields on which direction I need to go first, because the ones that's furthest along, those are the ones I need to get cut and cleaned off, so that way they can start coming back. So I'm gonna ride around a few of these fields. I'm gonna take a look at them and show them to y'all after the fertilizer, show y'all what it's done and what they look like. Alright, I'm going to be pulling in the first one right now. This is the field that I was talking about us putting lime on. The local guy did. I'm going to pull in here and look to see how good it looks right now. It's ready. It's got some places in it though it's not real great, but this one was one of the fields that got the nitrogen, the lower nitrogen level. This got the 60, 70, 60. I want to say what I said it was. So we'll hop out and look at it. As y'all can see, it's pretty good looking. I mean, it's laying over now. This needs cutting. This stuff's pretty good. There's some thin spots in it still from where there was a lot of weeds that I killed out. But overall, it's pretty good. I've already got some Johnson grass coming up. 1st of May, and we already got Johnson grass. That stuff is coming more tolerant to cold weather, I've noticed. I'm gonna walk on over in here a little bit. I mean, y'all can see how high it is on me. It's waist deep, so pretty good. Y'all, there's some orchard grass right here. This is some perennial rye. It's got orchard grass in it. A little bit of fescue mix. There's still a few of these places that's just looks burnt a little bit, almost like the frost got it. But I don't know. It's probably got stunted a little bit because we didn't get no rain real early. Now that it's cutting time, we're getting the rain. But I'm not complaining about rain because it never fails. If I ever complain about rain, we don't get none the rest of the year. So I learned a long time ago, you don't complain about rain. That's all in the good Lord's hands upstairs. Too much is a whole lot better than none. So I've got to get in here and get it cut off because y'all can see what it's doing. It's bedding. This should have been probably cut 2 weeks ago, but ain't nothing I can do about it. I hadn't had the weather to get it done. I'm gonna head to the next one. I'm going over to it. It's got a bit of orchard grass right in this area. There's trees coming up. I'm gonna have to get some. This one little area, there's a few trees. I'm gonna get some remedy or something to kill that stuff out. Can't be having no little trees popping up. got new tarps on the barn. The skid steer gray has been painted. I got that done. Let's see. There's something in the works that may be happening today. It's been in the works for a month now, and I'm tired of waiting, so we'll see what happens with it. I did get one of my fields back that I lost. I don't know if I already said that in another video, but we got it back from a neighborhood of ours, or the neighborhood that's next to it had bought it. Going to make it into their next phase for their homes, and they told us that we could cut it until they do something with it, and they didn't know when they would be doing something with it. So hopefully I'll get 2 more cuttings off of it this year till I can get something lined up. So that's going to help me out a good bit. There's about 15, maybe 10, 15 acres there, so hopefully that'll hang in there for the remainder of the year. That'd be a little bit less I've lost. So one of them back. Okay, here at this field, this is the field where I showed the weeds, the different kinds of weeds we had in the field. This field here is approximately probably 35 acres. I'd say it's 30, 35 acres, somewhere around there. It's pretty well, there's lots of it. The perennial rye is laid down on me with these storms we've had the last few days. So this one's definitely going to be on the top of the block. Just looking at it. It's got, I'll show you all in a minute. But anyway, one thing I wanted to go over was the fact that about the channel. The equipment reviews. The reason why I showed some of the equipment we have, obviously I didn't go over everything. We have a lot more stuff, but I'll hit the top points so that way here in I mean, as soon as I get it, we start, y'all will, in the hay, y'all know why I have some of this stuff, why I'm using some of this stuff, and my pros and cons on it, and just to give you all a little more information and insight into everything. But I'm gonna get out now and show y'all the hay. Hey, y'all can see it, it's bedded down on me. It's got blowed down the last few days. We don't do silage. If we did, I probably would have done cut all this. But, I mean, you can see it. This is pretty dang good stuff here. It's heavy too. There's a lot of orchard grass. It's over waist deep. It's halfway up my belly. So this needs cutting too. This is probably looking like maybe my first field if I don't do a little test field first. Lots of times during the beginning of the year I'll go in and I'll cut a little small field just to run everything and make sure everything's working good. And y'all can see how thick that is. Now this field got the 100-060 put on it. Instead of the 60 60, 70, 60. So this got the 100-060, 100 units of nitrogen. It didn't need any phosphorus, so we didn't put none of that down, but then we did put 60 units of potash down. So, and it also got 1 ton of lime per acre. It called for 1.5 tons, but we decided to go everywhere with 1 ton this year. Next year I'll probably come back with another ton. You can get more out of it that way than you will if you put it all down at one time. So this is good stuff. But this field here will be cow hay. That's generally what we cut this for. Some more Johnson grass. thing coming up. I'll have to get in here and cut this. This particular field, I'm gonna cut this thing off. I'm gonna let that Johnson grass come up, and then I'm gonna spray it with some stuff I've got. It's $300 a bottle, but it only does 15 acres, but I'm gonna kill that stuff out. Yeah, this field, it's got so bad. But there you got perennial rye. You got fescue and orchard in this one too. That's generally what our mix is. Yeah, in the spring we generally have orchard grass, perennial rye, and fescue. The summer cuts, I'll have crabgrass, Bermuda, and a little bit of fescue mixed in. And late summer's generally pretty well Bermuda crabgrass and Johnson grass, even though I don't want it. But yeah, this field looks really good. It's a shame it's bedded down on me, but it happens. That's one good thing about that Klaus conditioner and the disc mower too. They're one of the few mowers I've ever ran that if you've got bedded down hay, it will actually get a good clean cut. There's not many out there that will, and they will, especially the conditioner, because the beaters will actually suck that stuff up a little bit and pick it up as it goes in to where it can get a good cut on it. So, go on to the next one. I got another field about 4 minutes north of here. This last field we just came out of. It's generally pretty well the same as this one, so I'm not even going to go look at it. I'm just hitting the areas, the local areas, just to check. There are fields that I know that have been fertilized at the same time. I'll pick one out of each of those, and then I'll go around and look and see which area I need to go into first. It's looking like this one so far that we just came from, that 30-acre field. There's about 12 acres, about 4 minutes north of it. That's probably going to have to be done at the same time. I don't really know what it is. I ain't even bother going to look at it. But, obviously, the other day when I did the reviews, I didn't do the Vermeer. The reason why I left it out was, one, it ain't been pulled out yet. Two, that baler's a one-off deal that Vermeer did that was a lemon. Basically call it that. It's been a pretty decent baler, but it's been a lemon in my book for one reason. It has no core density. I don't know why Vermeer come out with that baler and didn't put core density on it. Basically, the center 2 foot of the roll has no pull down pressure at all on that baler. Now I know there's lots of people out there that's probably going to argue with me over this, but so I'm going to explain exactly what that baler is. That baler is the first generation M504M. It's not a classic. It's not a silage special. It's not a special anything. It's just plain 504M. They only made a 504M for a few years, and they got have to go to the other side, build the other bar all the way up, and just keep doing that back and forth till you nearly get full, and then you have to do your best ability right at the last moment to try to level the bale out. And one side will always be softer than the other. And the issue with that is, no matter what you do, is generally the core is soft, and after the bales sit for not very long at all, they start to squat, and you can't get them tight. The outer part will be tight, but the inner is not, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now, this our 504M is a mega wide pickup one. It does have the extra wide pickup on it. It had the widest pickup at the time. I think it was a 70 something inches wide. My Klaus is an 80 something inch, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. I can't remember. It's really wide. It's a lot wider than the Premier. But the Premier that we have has the mega wide pickup that they called it. But I was let down with that baler, in my opinion. My dad loves it. Other than the core density, it's starting out bales. It's just like the 504L we had, which at the time the 504L was made, I would put that baler up against any baler that was built in its time. It was top. I mean, it was probably one of the best balers they made at that time. Now when the 504M came out and we got it, was the top of the line baler at that time. The 604 was a better baler because it had the core density. If this baler would have had core density like my 504L, I would have kept the baler. I mean, I wouldn't. I would love the baler. I wish we still had it. It would have probably been a lot better baler in my mind, but it's not the baler that it should have been on account of the core not having core density. Now the Klaus is, I mean, that baler is the top line baler on the market. There's not a baler that can touch it. All the other balers in the market have copied it. The Kuhn, the Vicon, there's another one. The Deers, they tried to build a baler. They tore Deers up so bad, and that Klaus put out that baler that they come up with that stupid little baler that has the tarp thing on the back that flops up and down. Obviously that baler could throw a bale out faster. They wanted to be able to say that they can throw a bale out faster, but what is the longevity on that thing? I mean, that thing can't last too long. And then the upkeep on it's going to be unreal with that canvas hatch on that thing. But they threw that baler out there as something just to throw out there until they could come out with the 9 series. Now Deere, before the 9 series, was basically running the M model Premier. They bought or had Premier build that baler for them, and then later on, like they do with most of their stuff, they bought the patents and stuff off of them for that baler, and then they made their little improvements later on and came out with a different number later on. But for a long time, the John Deere balers were identical to the Premier balers. There were very little difference other than just a little few things. But that's enough about that. Alright, we're at the next one. This one had cows on it till about 3 weeks ago. Y'all may remember I showed some footage spraying this one too. It's laid down a little bit, but it's not quite as far along as the other ones. It's ready to cut though. It's done seeded. I gotta get in here and get these cut off. This one's got a lot of rye in it. It's close to waist deep. It's not quite there. It's got some Johnson grass in it too. I had one of my horse customers made me promise her that I'd give her the hay off this field. She loves the hay off this field. She said her horses really like it and they respond well to it. So I hope she likes ryegrass, because that's what she's getting. That's what this field here, for some reason, every spring of the year it has a lot of rye on it, and then the later end of the year it's Bermuda crabgrass field. There's not a whole lot of fescue in this one. I need to do some. This fall we're gonna go back and put fescue back down in some of our fields. It's kind of died out as of late. But anyway, that's gonna be the last one for today. Thanks for watching. This video is getting a little bit long, so I appreciate it. And please comment, rate, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. See y'all later.